Hey Lily, so I figured I'd just give you a quick little tour of my camp trailer that I built out, just so you can have an idea of what I'm working with. So first of all, if I step back here, you're looking towards the front of the trailer here, and so you notice there's two curtains here, and this first curtain, this is directly across from the main door opening. And if you look at this curtain here, slide this open, and inside here is a full-size shower. Now you have to excuse the mess here because I keep all my bedding and stuff like that in here during the daytime. There's a light up there that works, and so I can see at nighttime when it's dark. But yeah, whenever I travel, this becomes a big storage unit, as you can see why. So anyhow, this secondary curtain, and this is what I call my control room. And I'll turn this on here real quick. So as you can see, I've got a fairly large battery bank, 3 230 amp hour lithium batteries, and so that gives me all the power that I need. Actually, underneath there's a compartment, and that's the original factory battery box, but now I just keep some miscellaneous chains and some tow gear and stuff in there, so I don't really use that much. And of course I got my big old Bluetooth speaker, so whenever I want to crank it up and have a party, I just set that outside or whatever, and so it sounds really good. Anyhow, this is the whole control system. This is that bag I was telling you about, that spiderware bag, and this came with all kinds of various different fishing gear and stuff in it, and so I definitely need some fishing poles. But I've got all Milwaukee battery powered tools, and so I keep a couple chargers up there, so whenever I need to charge up batteries, I just pop them right in. They're all plugged in. You're looking on the back side of the shower here, and this is my on-demand hot water heater, and you can see the plumbing and everything down there and some miscellaneous crap that I got crammed in here. But yeah, as long as I got water, I got an endless supply of hot water. So over here on this side, this is sort of really the heart of the trailer. I've got 3,000 watt pure sine inverter. This is a electric charge controller for my batteries when I'm plugged into shore power. And then of course down here I've got my electric solar charge controllers. I got 2 of them, and then there's various different fuse boxes and panels and stuff down there. Back here is basically all the wiring to the trailer all meets right here. So you're looking at the back side of this wall, and so I've got all kinds of various different wiring and stuff down here. Way down here on the floor, that's my little pump for my diesel heater. And then you can see those 2 hoses down there. Those are the hoses for the diesel heater. One's an intake and one's an exhaust. And of course I have this all on, light inside there, and turn the lights on and off. Anyhow, this is my control panel. So this operates everything in the trailer right here. This is my Webasto diesel charge controller here. I can set it to heat, and whatever I want to do. I set my temperature down to where I want it, and this thing just takes off. This thing is really super, super nice. I've noticed after talking to a lot of people that have got the Chinese heaters, that the Webasto, what this does is it gets it up to temperature. This works just like a regular heater in any house, that once it gets up to temperature, it's shut off, and then it'll periodically come on and off, as needed as the temperature goes down. This is a controller here that turns on that big inverter up inside there. And so that's what operates this. This is my battery monitor, so I can look at my batteries whenever I want and see what's going on with those. But I don't use this very often because this particular solar controllers, I have an app on my phone, and so I can open up that app and I can see everything that's going on with my solar system. I know what it's doing at all times. So I don't really use this battery monitor very much. But this whole, there's a readout right here on this. It's showing my battery power, which is typical, about 13.5 or so, even between 13.5 and 14. All of these switches here are various switches throughout the trailer. They operate different things. But I have a small cabinet up top here, where I keep a lot of my breads and stuff like that in. And then this, bear with me for a minute. And this closet here, this cabinet, which is just below, this is some Texas dog food and stuff in there, all kinds of miscellaneous things, my books, just big storage and whatnot. But down on the very bottom, that's my diesel heater down there in the bottom. And so you can see how it is plumbed in right to the side of that cabinet. Well, if I close this cabinet door up and you look over here on this side, you can see the different exhaust, cold air intake and exhaust ports for the heater. So, yeah, this sort of takes care of the front side of the trailer anyhow. And then when we turn around this way, this is the TV that was gifted to me when I was down at Imperial Dam. Some people had it. It was brand spanking new, and they didn't even realize that it had this built-in DVD player here on the side. So that was a score. So I ended up just getting the mount for it, and I can swivel it around and do whatever. Up here on the top, got a couple different cabinets. This cabinet here is, all my spices and, miscellaneous food up there. This cabinet over here is pots and pans, dishes, stuff like that. This little sink, this is a sink that I got from a Restore, sort of like Habitat for Humanity. And it's just a bar sink, but it works good for me. I'm happy with it. I figured out how to wash my big dishes and stuff in it. And this is my cooktop, and so this is my only means of cooking at the moment. Everything I have is up on top, so I do want to get one of those air ovens and do that. So, and this is my little weed tray that I was telling you about that I picked up in Rachel, Nevada. Take me to your dealer. But this countertop, this is a Hemlock countertop that I made. And so I had a friend of mine do this artwork on it. And of course, not all who wander are lost. And we're all familiar with that phrase. But I put the bar epoxy on top of here. And I think I'm going to end up I'm going to do a real super fine sanding on this and do one more pour on this. So this has got the epoxy top like a regular bar does. So I'm really happy with it. Down here is my big Iceco refrigerator freezer unit that I was telling you about. And this is the biggest one that they make. And so I have this set up on sliding slides. And so it just slides in and out. And so I have, refrigerator on one side, and, you have to have it all the way open for it to open, but you get the drift. Oops. They're going sideways on me. My little deal here needs to be tightened up. Okay, there we go. And so the refrigerator just slides right inside. Underneath the refrigerator, down the very bottom, it's hard to see, but there's actually a door panel there, and that is where my water tank is at, underneath there. So I've got a 30-gallon water tank underneath the refrigerator, and so that's my water storage. And of course, sink, typical under cabinet sink, all kinds of miscellaneous shit in it. Now over here on this end of the trailer, I have a full size, well, let me step outside. I see there's a glare here. So this is a full size cabinet that goes all the way from top to bottom. And on one side here, this is coats and, winter gear and stuff like that. And then I've got, a whole another shelf for storage. And then down below down there, I've got, all automotive fluids and stuff like that. And so that's that side. And then on this side, again, all storage down below, all kinds of miscellaneous storage shit. And then when you come up here to the very top, this is where I get into my food pantry stuff. So this is a lot of my dry food pantry, a lot of my canned goods and, typical dry food storage. And so I keep that all up inside there. And then I have these little puck lights in here that I can turn them on and off, when it's dark, and I can see what I'm doing, looking for. And over here, this is my bed that I was telling you about. The whole frame of this bed is all aluminum. And so this whole section of the bed slides out this way, and it'll fill in this whole side. And then the top slides down this way here on this track. And so it turns into one big bed. So I turn it into bed at night, and then during the day I keep it up as a closet so I can move around inside this trailer. And of course I've got, a bunch of storage underneath, various different totes of bullshit. And then in here's my bows. I'm big into archery, and it's a nice way to be able to accrue food when you absolutely need it. But I've got up on top here, I've got cabinets. And all these cabinets here above my bed, these are just, typical, all my clothing. I got pants on one side, and, one other one's all full of shirts and whatnot. And, I've got, socks, underwear, more sweatshirts, stuff like that. So, up top, I've got a regular electric fan, that works really nice. It's reversible, so I can bring air in or out, so whatever I want to do. Then everything I've got, everything's wired up. I've got the different switches, like that one turns on the shower, and this one here flips on these lights underneath here. So I can turn these lights on here at night individually, and so I have lighting at night and however I want to do it, so I can turn those on and off. So yeah, it's sort of cool. It's nothing fancy, but it works. And this trailer was designed with just me in mind, but me's getting boring. So up top it's sort of hard to see, but I have two 400-watt solar panels up on top, so there's a total of 800 watts of solar up on top of the trailer. And then over here on the side, I have an additional 400-watt panel, and this one here folds up and down, and it's on hinges up there on the top. And then when it folds down, I lock it with using these clamps. So those clamps will lock the solar panel on the side of the trailer to where it won't flop around as I'm driving down the road, and it works pretty good. And of course I keep my canoe chained to the trailer because, I don't know who's around, so I just keep it chained and locked up. The front of the trailer, I had to have this custom propane tank made because you can see from the tongue that there's no room to set the propane tank down there, so I had to come up with a design to mount my propane tank somewhere, and so that's what I came up with. And of course here's my little quad that I go out and tear up the mountainsides with. There's my little diesel heater, my diesel tank, and so that's where the fuel goes. And then on this side of the trailer here, this was sort of important to me too. What I ended up doing is I wanted a table on the outside of the trailer. And here, I'm going to set this up here, see if I can do this here real quick. Somehow I'm going to try to do this. Bear with me for just a quick minute. I have a tripod here, but I'm trying not to use it. Anyhow, so I just wanted to show this, how simple of a design this is. So this is really quick because when I'm getting ready to leave, all I do is just lift this up, and then these clamps lock this table right into place. And so it makes it really fast, quick, and convenient. Just wanted something to be able to work on, out here. We have some kind of little tabletop to do whatever and cook out here if I wanted to. Or normally what I end up doing is repairing shit on this tabletop. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyhow, and that's about it for the trailer build. And I just wanted to give you a quick little idea of what I'm working with. Anyhow, you have a good one, and I will hope to talk to you later on tonight. Bye, girl.